humid. I checked the weather before I went out. It was like 89, 51% humidity. I was going to wear long sleeves, but then my teammates convinced me not to. I'm glad I didn't wear it. Probably would have caught cramps.
What's the weather like back home?
I'm from Austin, Texas, so right now it's probably 103.
Yeah.
And it's like dry heat.
Yeah.
So I'm not used to, humidity feel like I'm clouded and in a box and stuff like that.
What have the first few days been like? And we talked to Rajay the other day, and he said he was just kind of anxious.
Right.
Just kind of like you being out there for real now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they were good. Everybody's competing. Me, Rajay, Cornelius Sturgill, Marlon Character. Everybody's out there, making plays, getting better, learning, getting in the playbook, running to the ball, having fun doing it. So we're looking good right now.
Coach has been high on the secondary. You talked about maybe being the best since he's been here. Why do you think he's so excited about what you guys have?
I would say first off, from a depth standpoint, we have a lot of guys who can compete. Like a next man up mentality. So if one guy goes down, you can trust the second corner to come in, the third corner. You can trust a nickel to play corner and nickel and safety as well. So everybody's in their playbooks well enough to be able to, be versatile enough.
What do you like about Marlon Character so far?
His size, and he's competitive. He works hard in the weight room, runs to the ball, and he's learning well in the film room.
Talk about moving back and forth between positions. Are you doing that?
I would say everybody's doing that. Okay. Everyone's doing it. Everybody's learning everything. Like I said, that next man up mentality and just being a versatile football player. The thing I like about Coach Van Gorder, Coach Brown, and Coach Ward is that they're teaching us football rather than just you line up playing man on him. We understand defensive fronts, linebacker alignments, and then obviously what we're doing as well. So we're becoming better football players too.
How interested you can get into football games and back into live crowd, live game, the real deal?
I'm excited. It's been a while. I'm trying to be as professional as I can about it in terms of coming out to practice and focusing on my job, focusing on being professional when it comes to rehab, drinking water, ice baths, cold tubs, just to professionalize everything so that when I do get back out there, I remind myself that I'm supposed to be out here. You know what I mean?
Do you feel any? I mean, you practiced last year. I mean, do you feel like you're kind of where you need to be as far as going into the second week of camp here, as far as being a guy they can count on?
I think we're all someone that they can count on. Everybody's preparing. Everybody's ready to compete. Everybody has opportunity to play, so we're looking forward to it.
There's been a lot about the terminology of Brian Van Gorder's defense. How much does that impact in the secondary?
It impacts us a lot. I would say learning the terminology, especially guys coming from different areas, whether it's high school, JUCO, a different conference like myself. So his terminology is more of an NFL style terminology. So once we're all on the same page and understand, if cover 2 to us is Tampa 2, but to him is 2 Kathy, we always have to be on the same page to execute the play.
How difficult is it to make that transition to, same stuff but different words?
Just get your playbook. You know what I mean? If football is football at the end of the day, but if you're able to understand concepts and pick up and pay attention to what you're being taught, you'll be fine.
You think with Coach Van Gorder, it seems like he talked the other day about you'd like to go too deep at every position, but with corners there's also the nickel back, so you'd like to have 6 instead of 4. Is there an added focus on that in practice, the extra position?
Yeah, exactly. That's why all of us are rotating in all these different positions, whether it's nickel, dime, penny, base defense, so everyone's locked in.
Do you think, because you guys have all talked about the defense being more aggressive, especially up front, does that place more of a burden on the secondary to maybe play more one-on-one coverage if you got guys who maybe are usually in pass coverage, blitzing, or elsewhere?
I would say in terms of being a burden, everyone has a burden, their own burden. You got to win your one-on-one matchups. Everybody has to do their job. Everybody has to get some football, execute plays, focus on one-on-one battles first, and then go on from there.
What do you expect from yourself this season?
I expect myself to produce. I expect myself to lean on my teammates, be a leader, have fun, focus. The thing about football is if you get too wrapped into it, you could lose the fun in it. You know what I mean? And I'm trying not to take the days as a job in a negative way rather than being excited, controlling what I can control when I wake up in the morning, having fun in this. Because I was in a situation where, I'm waiting for my next opportunity, sitting out. So now that I'm not sitting out anymore, I'm taking full advantage of it.
Is that kind of also like, I mean, Roger said before camp, he tried not to get too excited. Right. Did you kind of do that too? I mean, you can overdo it a little bit.
Right, I think it's important, like what he said, not getting overexcited. You want to come out here and, show your inexperience per se. If you're too excited, you got to look the part, fit the role and execute what you're being coached.
You mentioned being a leader. Some of the guys that have mentioned you as one of the guys that stepped into that role. Do you like that role? And what goes into being a leader out there on the field?
For sure, I embrace the role. When it comes to being a leader, there's, I would say, two different types of leaders. There's vocal leaders, and then there's guys who just lead by example. I think we're all trying to be both. You know what I mean? We picked captains recently. We're waiting to see who came back with who were picked for the captain. So I'm looking forward to see who's going to lead us into the season.
You think? Sorry, one more. It's been, maybe people won't know when you take the field, but I think it's 3 years, right? You're redshirting in 16 and then last year. What's stuff that people take for granted about that? When you played your whole life, sitting out?
I would say people take for granted their opportunities when you're in a situation to make plays, in a situation to be coached, be 100% coachable, be willing to make those plays, understand how blessed you are to have a full scholarship to a 4-year university and take pride in it.
Next.